Hi everybody, Zach's Reaction. Welcome back to the episode reaction of Fairy Tail. Today we're moving on to episode 107 and going from there. Last time we have Grimoire Heart on the island and the Seven Kin of Purgatory also on the island, and each of the members of that team have been dispatched to battle against various Fairy Tail members. The battles have begun and it's dire in some areas, and we focused mainly, guys, last time on Natsu versus Sandcrow. And Natsu, of course, learned a big lesson from Gildarts a few episodes back about how you need to know when to take a step back, when to concede in a fight, basically, and not push past your limits to the sense where you lose. You need to kind of understand that there is a stopping point and that you need to acknowledge that you might not come out on top. And so knowing that, guys, I really thought that this was going to be the moment that Natsu had that realization and that was going to be the fight that he kind of took a step back in. However, what happened was that he actually beat Sandcrow in the end, and he even then told Makarov himself, he said, hey, I learned a great lesson from Gildarts. However, this is not that time to give up. This is not that time to take a step back and concede. We are Fairy Tail. We are going to push forward and get them off this island and take the island back and get control. And it was so inspiring, so awesome. I loved it. We have Makarov versus Hades. There's lots of tension there because Hades is, of course, the second guild master of Fairy Tail and Makarov's master, so there's lots to be said about that. And also on the island is the black wizard Zareth, and Zareth, guys, was officially formally named in the last video. I'm so excited that he's on the show, and he is a big character, and I had no idea just how big he was going to get. So I'm so excited to see more of him and learn more of his story and these beginnings that he's coming from right now. He confronted Ultear, who Ultear was looking for him, and she kind of got the best of him in this little battle they did, and the episode ended where she is now claiming victory and saying that she has Zareth in her control, and now we get to find out what happens next with all that. So I'm so excited, guys. Thank you so much for joining me as always on this ride. It means a lot that you're here. If you haven't already, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel for more reactions coming soon. We do have a Patreon as well where you can help support this channel, so feel free to check it out. The link is in the description below, and thank you to those of you that have already done so. On Patreon, you can view this episode reaction for just $1 a month. It's unedited and unfiltered. It's a good time, so please consider if you can. And without further ado, guys, here we go with episode 107 of Fairy Tail. Let's go.
Lord Zareth.
There they are.
At last I have you all to myself, my freedom. And no one can take you away from me. I'm going to make you the ruler of this world.
Oh my gosh, guys. Crazy stuff is coming. I'm so excited. So excited. I say this a lot, but if you didn't know, guys, this is a rewatch of Fairy Tail I'm doing. I started this channel halfway through when I was first watching the show, and so episodes 176 all the way to the end have blind reactions on this channel, but I've always wanted to go back and do the first 175. So that's what we are now in the middle of, and I can't wait to continue on, guys. There's so much I've forgotten. There's so much I've glossed over when I first watched this, and like this whole thing with Zareth and Ultear and Natsu on the island is a big one. And this is something, guys, that I said before, but I have no memory of the events of those conversations and what happens. Like, I don't know what happens between Ultear and Zareth, and I'm so excited to find out. I know things that happen later in the show, so I'm not going to say anything for spoiler's sake. However, I'm fuzzy on how we get from where we are now to where I know we are going, if that makes sense. So it's gonna be crazy, guys. I'm so excited. I'm talking over these credits. This is you know, I always love these credits. I don't say that enough, I think, but it's so catchy. It's like a rave in my head, like just this upbeat, crazy song. So good. I do remember, guys, one thing I can say when I first saw this, I didn't really appreciate Zareth. I didn't understand the gravity of his character and how big of a character he is to this show, because he was introduced as the big villain, you know, in Tower of Heaven, and now we see him. He's so sad to kill. He's so reluctant about everything that I don't know if I like gave him enough credit when I first saw this. Arc of Embodiment. Let's go.
Smarty pants specs really come in handy. I should get a pair.
They have nothing to do with my intelligence. I'm smart with or without them. Or did you forget that you're talking to one of the greatest fairies? What are you doing?
No time like the present.
Oh man.
Eyes forward. for me? I'm ready to throw down if you are, ugly. And I won't hold back, so give me your best shot. Take over, free soul. He fell for it.
All right, you.
Yo! Good work! We totally fooled her!
Next time you come up with a plan, leave me out of it. I am not bait. Do you understand me?
A heated discussion followed by intense physical contact? Today's lovers have no sense of shame, do they?
Shut up!
Scum like you cannot be permitted. The grand magic world will snuff you out, and then just like that, we'll be forever free.
You're talking about a coward's freedom. A real man doesn't need to destroy the world just to feel comfortable living in it. Don't you get it? Most people in this world don't have magic power. You'd put them through hell and wipe them out just for your freedom?
That's right. If the grand magic world is to be born, they cannot be allowed to live.
I'm not gonna let you do that, bub. Having magic power doesn't mean you're more valuable than someone who doesn't. All life has meaning.
This is a lesson we just learned from Daedalus.
Belkusis must have done more damage to him than I thought.
We work together to make life easier for everyone. In exchange for our services, they give us compensation. That relationship and trust built the world we live in and gave birth to the guilds.
If she has not fallen for Elfman yet, I think right now she is. She's like, wow.
This world belongs to everyone, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you tear it down.
He's inspiring. He's smart.
How
Smarter
sad.
than he seems.
You don't even realize you've already lost the war. You've strayed too far from the abyss of sorcery. The infinite void from which true power flows inexorably and eternally.
No!
Ooh.
Elfman!
Caught it.
I got you now.
That was misleading for a second there.
Gotta learn them inside and out first. Ain't that right, basis? Oh. Thanks, pal. I needed an arm.
Ooh.
How dare you taint my weapon with your stench?
You ready to die?
In my left hand appears a kite shield through which no attack shall ever pass. Your cheap tactic has failed. Now what will you do?
Uh-oh.
What's wrong, pretty boy? Don't feel secure with that your specs on?
Turning this drama club reject into a pigeon perch will be the highlight of my day. No one trash talks fairy tale and lives.
No!
Stone Eye!
Drama club reject, you say?
Oh. I forgot all this stuff, guys. I don't remember how this goes. Jeez.
Why didn't my Stone Eye spell work?
I had hoped your lover's bond would somehow move me. Alas, it seems not even a love born on the battlefield can make my poet's soul quiver. That's not to say the show wasn't enjoyable.
Your glasses. I crushed them with my own hands.
My magic is that of imagination. The arc of embodiment. If I can envision it, I can give it shape and make it a reality.
What? But how? There's no such power.
The embodiment of wishes is linked to the root of sorcery. While it has its limitations, I'd say they are a small price to pay. Come forth. My dark tower of Dingier! Turn all your sorrow onto the foolish fairies and return them to the refuge from whence they came!
What the hell is this thing? I can't move!
Elfman,
Ever!
if only I hadn't been your partner, you might have become an S-class wizard. You wouldn't have lost, or been held back by a weakling like me.
You idiot. I made it this far because you were by my side.
Elfman.
I'm glad you're here. Ever.
Now wane to the ends of darkness.
I remember feeling kind of worried there, but not like... I didn't expect them to die. I was just worried, but not like super worried, if that makes sense.
But I'm afraid he isn't out of the woods yet.
My scarf's fixed.
Wendy used your sky magic to get the bad gunk out. She also flipped your clothes back while you were catnapping.
I owe you one. Thanks.
No prob. Is something wrong, Natsu?
Hello?
Get your slimy nostrils away from her, you fire-breathing pervert!
I know this smell.
What smell? Please tell me it's fish.
It has to be him. But why would he be on the island?
Who is he talking about?
Natsu, who'd you catch a whip of? Jalal?
No, it's the guy we met on Galuna Island.
You may remember this short-statured
Oh.
man with an affinity for masks. He went by the name Zolti during the Galuna Island incident, where he conspired to obtain the power of Deliora, a destructive demon from the Book of Zareth. After being defeated by Natsu...
Oh my
he
god,
was
I just
never
remembered
seen
who Zolti is! It surprised me even then, and it surprised me again now. I forgot all about that.
He's close.
Natsu, wait!
Look alive, people! Get the wounded to the
Oh,
tents along the reef
there
at
he is.
once. We must heal them quickly. We'll worry about repairs once we've secured the island.
Remember this man from the Oracion Sace incident?
I do.
He is Lahar, captain of the Magic Council's 4th Custody Enforcement Unit, a serious bunch to say the least. After Nirvana had been dealt with, Lahar was responsible for arresting the revived fugitive Jalal. And now he's in command of the Council's battle fleet, monitoring the situation on Tenrou Island.
We're going to launch a full assault on the island. If you can hold a weapon... Doranbolt?
I was making progress. Next thing I know, a three-way war between Fairy Tail, Grimoire Heart, and Zareth explodes in my face. The attack on the ships was Grimoire Heart's dirty work. Where is the communication, Lacrima? The Council needs to know what's happening here.
With an opportunity like this in front of him, he may just decide to wipe them out.
An Ethereon blast?
If the chairman does resort to that, we have no choice but to obey.
Out of the question! I know that the Council's had it in for Fairy Tail for a long time now, but they don't deserve the same fate as Zareth or Grimoire Heart!
If I'm ordered to execute them, that's what I'll do.
That scene really showcases that he is not evil. He's not just straight up evil. He wants to help Fairy Tail and protect Fairy Tail. He also wants to bring them to justice,
Only
you know, in a
10%
sense.
of the
But
population will be allowed to live? Do you honestly think that
he,
will work? People will
I
fight
think
to
he
the
has a good
end,
heart
till there's no
deep
world
down.
left.
He's trying his best.
Then again, Hades has yet to reveal the full extent of his plan.
Since he's just one of the Seven Kin, it's safe to say there's a six-pack of nasty somewhere out there. I'll hold him off while you hunt down the rest of his crew.
Do you got a screw loose? The four of us combined couldn't take him down, and you want to go solo on him?
That's because his magic was sapping your strength. Human enslavement magic. It's ancient and powerful stuff.
Human enslavement?
It's also known as ruler's magic. It temporarily reduces the combat abilities and magic power of any human it affects. Celestial spirits are immune to it, so we can fight evenly. You may have already figured this out. But he's also a celestial spirit. Capricorn, the sea goat.
That's crazy.
Let's go.
Seriously? This is bad. Celestial spirits fighting each other? I can't let that happen again.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That's a horrible moment with
We'll
Ares
stay
there.
here
Felt
and
so
help.
I
bad.
don't think so. How about it, sea goat? Feel like going toe-to-toe with a superior fighter?
You can't expect me to leave you here to fight one of your own kind!
Get out of here now!
I get the feeling there's more to this fight than Loki's willing to tell us.
There's definitely some bad blood between the two of them. We gotta hurry.
I did not
I'm worried
predict
about
that
the
he
others.
was the Capricorn spirit. I was pretty surprised at this reveal.
Win this! Please promise you'll come back safe and sound! Promise me!
Yes, Lucy, I will.
Lucy! I know that face.
Suddenly it's getting
Got
real.
bigger things to worry about at the moment. Just how long has it been since you left the celestial spirit world?
17 years.
There's no way you've managed to last that long on your own power. Tell me, who are you contracted to?
No human controls me, but I have plenty of servants of my own. Come forth, mighty hero of Ruben Gold, Sun Zhao Xin.
Man.
He's not a celestial spirit. What's going on?
General Sun Zhao Xin led the anti-government forces to victory during the Ruben Gold Civil War in the year 779. He went missing shortly after, but the truth of the matter is he became my slave. He lives and dies by my will.
You've gone over the edge. Keeping humans as puppets is barbaric.
And being a slave to your owner is somehow noble.
My owner has nothing to do with this.
Might it be that blonde girl you told to flee? She seemed quite fond of you. This was just a way of getting her to safety while fooling me. A clever tactic.
Dear Capricorn, please promise you'll come back safe and sound. Promise me.
That girl, she couldn't possibly. No.
He figured it out.
I know exactly what you're trying to do, Leo. While
Oh
you're
my God.
protecting that one, I should have seen it before. The resemblance is uncanny. She's the daughter of Layla Hartfilia.
Here goes. It's time to bust out the big guns.
Now, suddenly, it's really personal.
He's close. I can smell him like he's right next to me.
Just who is Zolti, and why has he come to Tenrou Island, of all places?
Lord Zareth,
OM goodness.
with you, I will create a new future.
I feel like I can say, guys, they did reveal it at the end of the Galuna Island arc, but, you know, that was like 90 episodes ago, roughly 90 episodes. So, you know, you might have forgotten. I remember forgetting, definitely, that reveal when I first saw this. But Zolti is, of course, Ultear. And that was a big shock then. It was a big shock when I did my rewatch because I completely forgot that. And it's a shock again now that he's smelling Zolti because of that connection there. So that's really exciting. So now we're going to have a Natsu-Ultear confrontation next, which is then going to probably lead to another Natsu-Zareth confrontation. And that'll be very interesting to find out. So much is happening, guys. I can't wait to see what happens next as we move forward. All right, 108.
You've got to be kidding me. I know who that is. He's a real-life legendary hunter. There are even children's books about him.
Human Gate.
Human Gate!
I hunt whatever my master orders. Be it animal or man, my arrows will strike it. Not if I stop. What the hell? A curved shot? I've never seen anything like it.
Indeed, that's precisely why I decided to enslave him. He's an excellent sniper. I have no doubt those arrows will strike his intended target.
I don't think so!
Good job.
Did you see that? He deflected my shot with debris.
Ooh. He gone.
Get out of the way! I'm not moving until you start talking. Crux said 20 years ago, you formed a celestial spirit contract with Layla. Now, I don't know what kind of agreement you made in the human world, but if that's true, then there's one thing I do know. Since Layla's no longer with us, you should be fighting for her daughter, Lucy, at least according to your contract.
Every magic in existence
I love
has
his
its own
bleeding.
set of rules that must never be broken. And I broke one of those sacred rules.
You did?
As a result, I was given this form. Now I'm a goat. Isn't that funny?
Would you please slow down? You gotta be careful because the terrain here is super rugged.
Oh.
That's weird. I wonder why he went quiet. Even sliding on a leaf makes him sick.
That didn't hurt one bit.
Oh. There he is.
It's him.
Natsu! Watch out! Below you!
Loke, what the? Whoa!
There was a sprouting seed hidden deep within the soil beneath you. The arc of time guided it into the future to become this tree. Where do you think your future will guide you, I wonder? Well, Natsu Dragneel?
So you're the creep from before. No doubt about it, I never forget a smell.
Confirmed. Again.
The guy who used Leon's group on Galuna Island?
Since when did you start dressing like a girl?
Whoa! You're a cross-dresser?
No, actually, this is my real form. I'm a member of the Grimoire Heart Guild and leader of the Seven Kin. You may call me Ultear Milkovich.
Ultimate milk sandwich?
Nope, not even close.
Don't tell me
Oh my god, one of the
sent you out
best
as Zareth as well.
lines right there. Just, you know, goes right along with Luigi when he called Lucy Luigi, and like so many just slip ups with names. It's so funny.
Lullaby, Deliora, and other bad stuff?
The culmination of everything from episode 1 and
Just so
beyond
you know, I won't let you have him.
represents
The Black Wizard's
right
Zareth
here.
belongs only to me.
Fine, I don't want him! I just want to get my hands on your guild! It's payback time for hurting my friends!
Oh? Well, if that's the case, then I do believe I owe you one.
Commencing combat operations.
You ready, Juvia? Yes. I know I have to stay and fight, but I'm so worried about Gray. I want nothing more than to rush to his side. For all I know, my beloved could be in terrible danger at this very moment.
What's wrong? Why am I feeling so short of breath? I don't know why, but my heart hurts.
As much as I hate to admit it, I really don't think our team is gonna work out. I'm sorry, man. But to make it up to you, here's somebody who will be a perfect partner.
What? Do you mean me?
All this time I've been waiting for you.
She thinks of Loki with like patches in a suit. He's always so clean cut and everything, but she's just trying to drag him down just for her own benefit. It's so funny.
If you'll agree to be my partner, I have no doubt we'll both make S-class rank. So will you?
Yes. Of course I will. I would do anything for you, my love. You need to snap out of it right now. I'm sorry.
McGuilty. Sodom!
Stay focused. Are those what I think they are? Blades of magic power. She can summon weapons just like I do.
Go.
Let's go.
Nice try, but your attacks will have no effect on me. My body's made entirely of...
Uh-oh.
Juvia! I don't understand. How is she able to injure me?
When my blades strike, they stimulate the enemy's pain receptors. One might say they're blades of sensation.
Such power.
I'll use my human enslavement magic. Human rays!
You realize that magic's not gonna work on me. I'm not a human, remember? I'm a celestial spirit.
Yes, and that would be the taboo. This magic is only supposed to be used on humans. Whoever dares to break that rule...
Hold on. You don't mean...
completely merges with their target.
I can't believe this. Are you telling me you're actually a human who's merged with Capricorn?
I'm about to make your body my next conquest, Leo!
No way!
Uh-oh.
Looks like I finally have a humanoid body again. Gotta say, Leo really knocked you out on your tail, didn't he, Goat Man? I'm not gonna miss being in your body, but thanks for the help anyway. Look at me. I've gone from goat to leader of the Zodiac. All I have to do is kill her, and I'll be completely human again. That's right. It'll be easy. I'll have no problem getting close because she trusts Leo.
Oh.
No! How could you do this? Unhand me now!
I believe that Regulus has reached its zenith. Zordio.
No! Don't say that name!
Jeez, I forgot all about this.
I apologize, sir. I didn't want to use excessive force.
No, it's all right. How are you even able to move, Capricorn?
Just moments before you took control over Serlio's body, he was able to grant me the use of his magic.
All that matters is I'm finally myself again.
Oh.
No! I feel like my body is disintegrating. What's happening to me? Make it stop, please! Capricorn, help! Don't let me disappear like this! You have to help me! Lady Layla!
Wow.
So that's the fate of those who dare to break a sacred rule of magic.
It happened 20 years ago. Lady Layla had suddenly fallen ill. She was forced to retire from wizardry. Since she no longer had any use for us, she decided her 3 spirits, Aquarius, Cancer, and myself, would be passed on to 3 of her servants. One of them was Zordio. My key was given to him.
Capricorn, I ask that you please help guide them along that path.
I see. So that's how you were contracted to Lucy.
Yes, that's correct. In the beginning, Zordio consented to the arrangement. However, it wasn't long before he was forced to leave the manor. He began traveling aimlessly. Eventually, he was exposed to the dark side of magic.
I'm guessing he then broke a sacred rule and ended up merging with you. That kind of power can sometimes push people toward the dark side. I know because I've witnessed it firsthand. I can honestly say there's nothing more painful. What do you think of Lucy now that you've met her?
She's definitely Lady Layla's daughter. It's clear she loves her spirits, and I can tell they love her in return. I'm afraid that it's too late. I can't offer her my help now. I'm only saying that because she already has my power at her full disposal. Finally, I can return to my rightful owner.
So nice.
Is there something wrong?
Don't tell me Loki's in trouble.
Nuh-uh. He was just telling me he won.
Really?
I knew he could do it.
He says he doesn't want to go into all the details right now, but apparently Capricorn switched over to our side. Also, he says the fight really took it out of him. So he's gonna try to recover his strength by going back to the Celestial world.
What? But that ain't fair at all! He promised he'd be my partner, now he's backing out on me!
He says to tell you he'll make it up to you later.
What? Forget him! You tell that four-eyed fiend I don't need his help to make S-Class!
S-Class.
Okay, let's
Suddenly
guys.
It's about time.
comes
Hold
back.
on, I have an idea.
Why they're
Well,
actually here.
If we want to find the other 6 creeps, it might be easier if we split up.
You think?
Are you crazy? I don't want to risk running into one of them when I'm all by myself.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be there to protect you, Lucy.
But I thought we were...
I see, so when you said let's split up, you really meant let's ditch Gray.
You're jealous. You just want to see us compare cup sizes, don't you?
That's not true and you know it, jeez! I just don't think splitting up's a good idea because we're a lot stronger together than we are on our own.
Listen, Gray, the only reason I suggested we split up to search for the enemy is because I want to get back to the S-Class trials.
Let's go ahead and split up here.
Be careful out there, Gray.
Right back at you.
Alright, I've had enough of you, lady. You know, if you and your friends hadn't interrupted our trials, I would already be a freaking S-Class wizard by now!
Are you positive that's what your future holds? Each one of these crystal balls contains a different possible future for you. Parallel worlds. I have the ability to create an infinite number of futures and then compress them into a single future.
Jeez.
Flash forward!
I can't believe Gagio and Mira were so easily defeated.
I feel terrible about this. It's all my fault.
No, it's not anybody's fault.
Big Brother Elf.
As much as I hate to admit it, we don't stand a chance against Grimoire Heart. They're way too strong.
It's time for us to come together.
Levy.
We all wanted to become S-class wizards so badly that we let the trial drive us apart. I know it was only for a little bit, but everyone was thinking about themselves instead of the guild. Well, we can't afford to do that anymore. Our enemy may be overwhelming, but we're the Fairy Tale Guild. If we put all of our strength and our feelings together, there's no way they can beat us. Please, everybody, we have to come together. I'm begging you.
What a speech, man.
Mavis's grave?
Yeah. You said you figured out where it is, right?
First of all, I decided to think up a list of words that might somehow be connected to the word grave. Death, to sleep, the earth, a stone, a star, maybe end. Sadly, no single word was 6 letters long.
Wait, I don't get it. Where did you get the idea that there needed to be 6 letters in the word?
From the time limit, silly, we were supposed to find the grave in 6 hours. I figured that number had to be important. Demise. Essentially, it means to end. It's associated with death, and therefore graves meets the letter requirement and has a time element to it. Okay, now
Smart
here's
stuff.
where things get iffy. This is just a hunch, but when you look at the word demise, there's one letter that's different from the others. Wanna guess? There's one letter that's used twice. E. Doesn't that seem kind of suspicious to you?
What's it mean?
Remember how all the paths we chose at the very beginning of the trial were marked with letters?
Back in the first round.
Yep, you got it. Route E. I think that's where...
You've been a big help. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Lucy.
Oh my god. Man, this guy, like, it was a wild card. I was thinking he was so goofy, so crazy, and he, like, I was like, man, he's going to surprise everybody. He's going to be really tough, really crazy, powerful. We will find out for sure, guys, in the next episode what's going to happen. So let's go right into it. Oh, 109. Things are dire for Miss Lucy. Oh my gosh.
Fire!
Lucy kicks, Lucy fire. Let's go. Look out.
Don't tell me this guy's one of the Seven Kin. Kana? Where'd she go? Okay, I'm totally confused. Was I sleeping a minute ago? How did I lose track of Kana? I hope she isn't dealing with another one of these creeps. I don't know what's going on, but I need to take this guy down ASAP. Remember a fairy tale like me? Facing a strong opponent.
Look at her
just another
confidence.
challenge. I'll take you on.
Look at her
and
standing
I'll
up for
defeat
herself and her guild. Love it.
First, answer one question. I feel something bristly on my head. Do you see anything?
Are you talking about your hair? Oh, great. Another weirdo.
Fine, you asked for it now. Prepare to face my witching hour curse magic.
Yikes.
Before I destroy you, do you mind giving me a strand of your hair?
Huh?
Come on! If you don't give me a strand of your hair, then I can't curse you with my cursey doll.
Besides, everybody knows that voodoo dolls are bogus. You can't scare me with a bluff, doughboy.
Huh? That's not his name. I already told you it's Mr. Cursey. Get it straight, lady. You don't have to be rude just because I want to kill you.
No, I meant bluff.
This
as in
guy's
an
so
exaggeration.
strange.
You know, like telling people you're bloated instead of fat.
Wait, are you calling me a liar? Because that's even worse. We'll use my bristle for demonstration. Just stick it up Mr. Cursey's head like this.
As you may have guessed, when Kain refers to his bristle, he's talking about his dry, frizzy hair.
He's ready!
I seriously hope this creep doesn't reproduce.
Now go ahead and give it a try. There, see? Do you feel the power? You can apologize to me anytime now. Feel free to give him plenty of hugs and kisses, too. By the way, I'm starting to get hungry, so can we fight later? Oh! Okay, that's enough, lady. Hey, it's
Oh my god.
turn now.
We did spin. How about some yoga? That's right, feel the burn.
Check it.
You're not supposed to enjoy it.
You know what? Screw you! Oh! All right, now I'm angry, and you can just forget about asking
Oh,
me out on a date, you hear me? I won't waste my feelings on a bully who won't share her toys.
Trust me, I'll find a way to get over it.
Chugga, 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 chugga.
Sorry, but I'm putting the brakes on this trip.
Don't run away from me. Why can't you accept my feelings for you?
I'll have to fight big and creepy with big and creepy. Open gate of the golden ball. Get him, Taurus.
Celestial spirit magic and an axe-swinging Muko? Listen up, Pepper. The only bovine who's gonna plow Miss Lucy's pasture is the beefcake in front of you. You know, I haven't had steak in a while.
Oh my
Is it
God.
okay if I take a bite? No, but you can kiss my flank while I beat you.
Hey, Taurus, show this doll-loving sumo reject we don't take any bull.
Ooh, then how's about a peek at that skirt steak?
Parrot Chunky style get the drop on you.
I don't know, but I'm tenderized. Smooches. My appetite's roaring, and I'm suddenly in the mood for strip steak.
Strip what? Open gate of the archer. Sagittarius.
How do you do?
My lady, horse meat yummy.
Oh my God.
Quick, aim for his stubby legs. Trip him up.
Radio. Get us at it. You deflected them?
No way.
I'm beaten.
Jeez.
My lady.
Scorpio.
Been a while, but I'm still wicked. Oh yeah. I could go for a grilled scorpion, but I'd rather not have all this sand. Oh man, that is wicked nasty.
So, what now?
Hey Lucy, since my sand ain't worth squat, I'll be getting back to my Bahama mama. That cool? Wicked.
Not cool. This blows. I'm running out of spirits.
Mr. Kersey still has my bristle on his head. So what do you think would happen if, say, I could change what his body is made of?
He's made cursing himself an advantage?
Change, Mr. Kersey.
Oh, wow.
I'm getting tired of being iron. Let's go with light. Shining Donoskoy!
Oh my.
Open gate of the little dog, Nicola!
Oh, it's so cute I could just die. I just want to pick him up and hold him and squeeze him and cuddle him and... With a yummy riddle to me.
Guess my plan backfired! Help me out here, Cancer!
Long time no see, baby.
Holy crab leg!
Go over and fight Tubby!
Sorry, baby, but I've got a fear of pots and boiling water.
Well, get over it, 'cause I need you to give him a haircut so bad he'll run away in shame!
You got it, baby. What? No way. How did you
Oh,
wedge out
my.
my babies, baby?
Huh, my bristles haven't seen shampoo since the Stone Age, Belle.
That ain't something to be proud of.
Catch you later, baby.
Hey, only one shot left! Get him, Ares! I'll do my best.
You better have food for me. My stomach's trying to eat itself.
I wish I could satisfy you.
Wait a minute. Why are you apologizing to me?
My darling, I hate to see you cry. Don't you know how much I love you?
You do?
Yes, with all my heart.
Will you hold me in your massive arms?
Are you kidding me? Of course I will, dear.
Kain, my love!
That's my girl. Run into my arms,
Oh my
sweetheart.
God.
Ares, thanks for filling my life with wonderfully woolly joy.
I know we just met today, but I love you. Lay it on him. Go, Bubba! I hope that I properly served you, Miss Lucy. Yeah, you did great. I never knew you were such a good actress. Where'd you learn how to do that? Oh, Leo taught me.
Turn on the waterworks and men will be putty in your hands. Then you hit him with a surprise attack. Trust me, this trick will make you an asset to Lucy.
Yeah, remind me to talk to him.
Why, Ares? I know I can be clingy, but why did you have to break my heart? Palestine!
I think I made him angry. There's no stopping this guy, is there?
Last stop on the Cain train. Self-reinforcement, fire!
Natsu, are you alright?
I'm fine. Quit freaking out, little buddy. Her hits ain't even hurting me.
You're kidding yourself if you think I'm going all out right now. I could have destroyed you, but I owe you for Galuna Island, and I always make good on my debts.
Whatever. You're not any stronger than you were last time.
Look
help taking her down?
I'm not offering, but thanks for getting the marshmallow off my back.
I can't believe you didn't see her get a face full of dirt. It was priceless.
You're getting a face full of my fist if you don't shut up. Boy, teaming up with you guys sure brings back memories.
Kinda reminds me of our first adventure in Hargion.
I'm all fired up now. Are you ready, Lucy?
You know it,
Let's go.
Natsu.
Don't forget about me.
That does it! I'll take care of these bratty kids, just leave them to me! First I'm gonna fillet these two, and then I'll barbecue their little blue dog!
Forget it, Buddha Belly, we're sticking with 2 on 2!
I'm not a dog, but at least someone acknowledged me.
Very well, I'll leave them to you. Destroy
Poor
them.
Happy.
I will take Zareth to Master Hades so we can continue our plans.
That's great news, I didn't realize you had found him yet.
Oh no. We have to stop her. If she gets away with him, we're all screwed.
Oh, Natsu!
Kill them quickly. We've no time to waste.
Hey, what are you doing? She's gonna get away!
Look, I'm trying to move, but I can't seem to budge.
I snagged one of your bristles while I was chasing you earlier.
How did you?
Now that you and Mr. Kersey are connected, it's time for me to serve up your just desserts. What was the first thing you did to me? Oh, yeah. Show us those funky moves.
Oh, keep dreaming, bristle butt!
Oh, don't be so shy. You love to dance and pose for me, don't you? Yes. Looks like you're enjoying it, if you ask me.
Oh, it's all on your head! For some reason, whenever Diaper Man does something to that doll, it happens to Lucy, too!
Whoa, that's cool.
Death curse magic. This lost magic excels at inflicting lethal jinxes onto its victims. The lullaby flute created by Zareth is another example of a cursed object. Even though Mr. Kersey doesn't appear to affect more than one target at a time, in the right hands, this terrifying magic could reshape the fate of the world.
Did you hear that? We're totally screwed!
That's
Goodness.
not cool!
Hippity hoppity, Widow Webbit!
Knock it off!
Make her tickle herself silly!
Hey, do you want to die?
I think that's exactly what he should do.
Out of the way!
Why you?
Copping a feel? You deserve that one! Wow, she's manhandling Natsu like Endless Lucy!
Don't hurt.
I'm sorry!
Okay, this isn't as fun as it looks. Would you just stay still? Jeez, when did you get so strong? Either you've been doing extra push-ups or that doll thing is giving you a major boost.
Quit being cuddly and kiss in the middle of the battlefield!
We're not doing either of those, you perv!
Whatever, they're totally in love.
Now you got me, Steve. Fine! You want to get all hands in front of me? Take that! I'll make you hug your boyfriend so hard his spine turns to jelly! There you go! Put the squeeze on your mate's squeeze! Stretch him like he's made of taffy! This is just a taste
Just like
of
Ada Lucy.
witching hour curse magic. Your future's looking very dark indeed. Mr. Kersey! Why does everything I love always run away from me?
I managed to snag the doll away. What do you guys want me to do with it?
That stupid blue dog can fly!
Nice going, Happy!
Awesome! You're so dead!
My goal!
It's mine now, bub!
Poor
Fire
Lucy.
Dragon! Challenge! I'm stuck!
I'll summon Virgo to help set you free! No! Not now. This is not the time to run out of power.
Lucy, behind you!
Run away! Leave her alone!
You'll join her on the grill soon enough.
I gave it a shot, but he's too strong.
Happy.
And don't worry about me, just keep running and don't look back!
No way. I refuse to run away. I won't do it. I'd rather stay here with you.
I guess that's one way of saying goodbye.
Jeez.
I can't wait to pop that cute little head of yours off.
You let go of her!
Careful. You'll break my concentration. I might not squeeze enough the first time.
It was like such a brief, like touching moment, and now we're back to this craziness. It's so funny, but so crazy too.
Available for the first time ever, the fully foldable Lucy action figure!
Did you forget that I have joints, or are you trying to be cruel and heartless? We might win after all!
Whoa! My pyro urges are tingling like crazy! Fire Dragon! Iron Fist!
Fire Lucy!
Chill out, this is gonna be the greatest thing ever! If you live!
What do you mean?
Lucy Fire!
Stop!
I don't want to play with you guys anymore!
It's time for max speed!
Okay, you guys suck! Max speed! You lost! Next time I get to say you guys are fire!
Lucy Fire!
Done!
For those who didn't get that, using Mr. Kersey, Natsu and Happy fused their magic power with Lucy, effectively turning her into a comet of destruction and allowing her to defeat Kain Hikaru.
We did it! Now it's time for...
A victory pose!
Guys, haven't I been through enough today?
Oh my gosh, man, that was like such a crazy, strange, fun, interesting episode. But yeah, it looks like Kain is officially done and defeated. I don't remember what he does next, if he's still around or what, you know, if there's any more of him coming in the show. We'll find out together in the next episodes. But yeah, this was quite a Nalu focused episode. It was really good. You know, definite fan service as well. Can't complain about that, I guess. But yeah, it's a good time overall, guys. And I can't remember if I mentioned this, but I really am intrigued and I'm really engaged with the whole concept of lost magic that they keep talking about. Every member of the Kin of Purgatory has a different type of lost magic. And they've talked about how these lost magics all it all kind of connects and it all goes back to the origin of magic, and it's all like, you know, centralized from one beginning, you know, kind of thing, and it all spawned off. All the magic we know and see in the show can all be rooted back into this origin, and it's really interesting to think about. I don't think the show has dived deep into the lore of the origin of magic like this, so I feel like we're getting it now, and that's really exciting for me. I'm interested to know more. I forgot the details of that story and of you know, the whole background with that, so I hope to learn more. So let's see a preview.
Natsu, but I'm not gonna make it. I can't move a muscle.
Pull yourself together, Happy. You can't drop out of a fight before you've even
Okada.
done anything. I mean,
Haiti.
you can, but that'll make you a coward.
Did you sharpen that tongue before you cut me with it? I'm backing off because I've been hogging the spotlight lately and I want to share it with you.
Can't share what you don't have. Next time, Dead End of Despair.
Fine then, I'll keep it all to myself. I tried to be nice, but you forced me to go all Catmander on you.
Oh no, what are you gonna do? Cop a
Oh my
hairball on
God.
me?
Juvie! If you know, you know, and that's all I'll say about that, man. But I can't wait for the next episode. It's going to be another good one. We are just continuing on, guys, through the Tenrou Island arc. Big stuff is still to come, and I'm just like eerily nervous and excited for what I remember happening, and I just I'll leave it at that. I don't want to get too spoilery, but thank you guys so much as always for watching. It means so much that you're here. If you haven't already, please like this video, please subscribe, and definitely drop a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this episode and this reaction. I always love to chat with you guys about it, and until then, we'll be back every Friday for more. Thanks again for watching. Have a great one, and we'll see you next time.